you will stop feeding into your emotions, then they will stop controlling you. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jacob with the JDT podcast. Got my little bro with me for today's episode, Kory, and we're ready to jump right into it. For the most part, we have a lot of different topics that just hit us as I pull up my notes and everything that I will reference back to and go back and forth. But we have a lot of things and a lot of topics that we've hit. A lot of changes have occurred over the past, I guess I'll say 2 weeks since the last episode. And it's just been life challenging. Different things have overpowered myself where I've been in tune with my feelings and my emotions. And at times they have gotten the best of me. So, of course, today's episode is on controlling your emotions. One of the first things that I wanted to start off with is not allowing anyone to spark your emotions. And when you allow others to spark your emotions, you end up giving them your energy. You give them time and you waste your time, breath, energy, which in the end and the long run of everything, it can lead you to being tired, stressed, and worrisome for no reason. So for the most part, what I attempt to do each and every day is to allow no one, regardless of their words, regardless of their actions, I try not to allow them to get into my space, especially my mental space. Your feelings are what make you and who you are. And once I feel that you control or take charge and lead your emotions and feelings and where you disperse them, then you can, in fact, take over anything. You are now a determined person. I guess one of the first things we can start off just with, our little wrap up or whatever.
Yeah.
Where, you see how it is at work, you see challenges and everything.
Indeed.
And even like just with life, one of the things that we've talked about is people are now starting to become, I guess, I'm not going to say disgruntled, but they're getting kind of agitated and getting really froggy, I'll say. And one of the things that I've recently had to do is just allow myself to, I always believe in being honest. Sometimes too honest.
To a fault.
Well, yeah, so there have been points and issues where I'm not going to say I overly expressed, but I will say I was maybe too blunt with people. But at the same time, I feel that comes along with being in tune with your emotions and being able to take charge of those. So, for an example, one of the things that I did where when I had somebody encounter me about their feelings and their emotions towards myself as a supervisor, as a coworker, and as a person, they told me how they felt. They told me they didn't agree with most of the things that I did or that I do. They also told me that they didn't like me. And I said, okay, that's cool. I know workplace management. I know how to handle situations, diffuse them, whatever. Told him his opinion to me really didn't matter. But in the totality of the whole situation, I was still putting out my energy to express and explain myself. What would you say are some situations where you felt like your emotions were being tested, but you decided to just place it on the back burner and let it go?
Oh. Time when my emotions were tested and I had to let it go. I'll say one recently actually happened where I was, let's say, late to work for a reason, My alarm wasn't put on and I woke up literally right as soon as my ride had left.
Yeah.
So I texted what I needed to text, got there as quickly as I could, and everyone around me was just telling me how, oh, you're wrong, you need to do better, this, that. And mind you, I was late last month, but that was a whole different reason. But everybody had their eyes on me because of it. So I was at a state where, oh, everybody telling me I need to do better, I need to do better. Whoop, whoop. Okay, I'm trying the best I can, but things happen, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just ended up having to. I told my piece still, but at the end of the day, it won't change what happened. So I ended up putting in the review.
I think overall, because I am familiar with that situation, overall, especially when it comes to, I'm not going to say the people here because it's been people externally, but when it comes down to people in general, like just in life, you can set an example, and some people may take this piece, like it could be a small slither, not even this wide, but it's still something that you did, and they're going to take it and run with it, right? So one of the things because it's happened to me here as well, and it's happened numerous places, it's happened in life all the time. One of the things that I always find myself dealing with is judgment. Now, judgment, I've gotten to the point where I can say, hey, I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, when it boils down to it and you're facing judgment, you have to understand that you can't allow people who are judging you to feel as if they're seeing the whole picture. You have to also know and have the self-control to feel that, all right, that's cool. I see your understanding, although that wasn't what it is. And like you said, you put it in the review. You put it behind you and you kept moving. Nothing came of it. There are times and issues where people don't always want to understand you or even feel like they really know who you are to be able to just say, all right, well, this happened, so this is what our action will be. Or, okay, we see that you're a problem now. So one thing for myself is that when people are so quick to throw out titles and throw out all of these different things to where they can say, oh, well, you're this, you're that. They feel that they can say that, right?
Yeah.
It never gets heard. Some of the things, depending on the person, it's heard, it's understood, and I may take that into consideration. But at the end of the day, it's my life. Whatever happens, happens. And if you don't agree with it, that's fine. And if you do agree with it, that's cool. But I will not allow somebody else to interfere with my energy and to take over and encounter and mess up my day, my feelings, and my peace.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like you're an emotional person?
Naturally, yeah. I'll elaborate a little bit on that. So the reason why I say that is because of the fact that naturally when growing up, I've been in emotional situations to where as I got older, I had to realize and understand that, hey, okay, that didn't require any form of response. It didn't require any type of movement. It didn't require anything.
It's always after the situation.
But it's after the situation, and I end up beating myself up and going into a different side or form of
You're
emotion.
your worst judge.
Yep. Because I know my expectations. I know where the bar is for myself. And I know the things on the list that I said I shall not do.
Yeah.
And one of those things are allowing others to interfere with my peace. And it's not every time, but every so often I'll get a little challenge.
It's enough to make you mad.
You know, and it's like going fishing. The bait gets tossed out there. And they let it sit for me and they reel the thing in. And then either I bite it or I might
But at the same but at the same time, with that bait, it's more than one bait out there.
Yeah, of
like
course,
it's dragged on.
Of course.
Always.
Yeah. And one of the things that I've realized is that regardless of life, regardless of the people that are around you, not even that you surround yourself with, but around you at the time, as you attempt to improve yourself or move forward, the challenges come even more stronger, more powerful. So that bait is no longer a little worm.
Yeah.
You know, now it's like it's a piece of meat.
Yeah.
You know, depending on you know, it's something that you want for real, you know. And sometimes, hey, you get upset even more after the fact when you already know that, okay, this is something that I said I will not allow myself to do. I can't do it no more, you know? And then as soon as you say that, you got day one. Great start. You started your meditation off. You got your music playing. Hell, you might have even started your show, read a little bit of a book, whatever. It's a great day. But as soon as you cross that line, you know, as soon as you cross that line, you step over that, and then that's when the challenge comes. It's not even a challenge. That's when you'll feel a little nudge. You know, you'll get a little, and you're like, all right. I felt that, but you know what? You got it. You go on. Then it becomes a little push. Either like one of these or one of those, you know.
Playing basketball.
Yeah. You know? And so after that, that's when it comes a straight on shove. And they push you, shove you, and hell, sometimes they might even try to top you. But what you have to do in those moments as it starts to build up and hit each point and key, that's when you must understand like what's going on, and that's when you got to start talking to self. And what you got to tell self is, all right, cool, we see where we at. This means I'm on the right track now. So let's keep it going. Y'all can throw whatever the hell y'all want to at me, but nobody's gonna stop this. I'm doing this for myself.
Exactly.
And that's when you have to understand and know like the separation of doing something for yourself or saying that you're gonna do something, but still falling victim to the trials and the same stuff. Yep. Another thing was like about the saying, a wise man once said nothing at all. Be the wise man. And as common as I've come across this statement, as many times as I've come across this saying, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, damn, I want to meet this wise man. Like, because that was a hell of a man right there. Because I guess I say that due to the fact that going back on the recent issue that we just spoke on with those shoves, nudges, and bumps, after a while, because you're not always going to be able to wake up and have a great day. You're not always going to be able to wake up, start your meditation, and start building off of that towards a great day. It's going to be times where you're waking up late. Now you're rushing. You're getting in to work. You're going to your meeting. You got to the gym late. And then your workout's not even good, or either work is not good. You already come into some BS.
Yeah.
Right? Your day started off as what would be BS. But then behind that, now the nudging, the shoving, the pushing, and the tackles start coming.
Attitude,
everything, all of it. You start getting attacked and picked on from all different angles to where it feels like it's starting to surround you, and you feel like you're about to start. Here's that line again, and you about to cross it, right? What do you do then?
See, personally, I myself reflect on what's been going on, take a moment, breathe. That's first thing, breathe. You can do so much with just your breath, you know, and that gives you time to think, to contemplate what's going on, what's your assessment, what your evaluation is, all that, and then keep it pushing, or talk to somebody, find somebody to help you out, you know. Whatever you can do to control yourself.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think for the most part for me, I have to talk to self first, because don't nobody know me better than me. And it's been times where people have asked me, like, man, I'm not gonna lie, if that would have been me, I would have. But certain situations, I'll say it comes with growth. And then you also need to know that when you obtain certain things, when you place yourself in certain positions, when you reach certain goals and certain achievements, that these challenges are going to be there in even more challenging ways. Mm-hmm. But now you have to also think about this. All right, with me as a supervisor, right? Say somebody from the section comes up and punches me in the face, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they're gonna get in trouble.
What's your move?
I want to know. No.
What's your move?
Nope. But on a different level, right? Mm-hmm. What if I walk up to somebody and I punch them in the face as their supervisor?
Status holds a lot of weight.
So even in certain situations, you have to look at yourself as you're here. Even when you may be in our physical aspects here, you have to place yourself where you plan on going. So that way you're already preparing for this moment or this challenge or persons.
If you act as a status, you are that status.
Exactly. So once you are mentally placing yourself or elevating yourself into an area, even if you're physically not there yet, I don't like getting into the manifestation side of things, but it is a form of that. But you're also just going ahead and placing yourself there. So once you have and obtain all the knowledge for that position, that role, or just turning yourself into the man or woman that you want to be, the minor things when you were here don't affect you anymore. You're unfazed by that. You're unbothered. And that's where I like to attempt to place myself at, in that unbothered territory or uncharted territory, to where nobody can touch me. Nobody, regardless of the words they say, regardless of the moves they do, you can't be touched. Now, I'm not saying that you don't stand up for yourself. Don't just walk around and be a pushover. Don't allow people to, disrespect you, nor play with your name or the person that you are. But I am saying that there are times and moments when you don't have to show people who you can be.
Yeah. The power of mind is a strong thing, and it's best to not waste energy on someone who doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. When you lose your emotions, you lose yourself. I've lost myself numerous times, and I've seen the downfall from it. I've seen the way it changes external factors, perspective of me, to the point to where people may say, man, I never thought you had that in you. I didn't know you had that in you. You weren't supposed to see that. You weren't supposed to know. That's for self. That's for me.
Yeah.
I know, like, you, as a human being, you know some of the things that you are capable of, especially when it comes to a physical standard. Now, I'm not gonna just go to the gym and throw 6 plates on bench press and try to do it.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's a suicide mission. I'm not going to do that. I'm not at that level yet, But when it comes to, when it comes to placing yourself and understanding that your emotions also deal with a major key point in setting you up to either have control of yourself or losing yourself, you have to know that your emotions are going to be there. You can't just do away with your emotions. I don't care who you are. You can be the so-called hardest person ever.
Oh yeah,
No matter, you still have emotions.
Thugs need love too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you have to be able to be at one with your emotions, so that way when they do start to carry over, nobody knows. I like to try to maneuver in a way to where, but yeah, it's been times where I've come into work feeling the worst I've ever felt, where I didn't want to be there. I was hurting, like, and a physical hurt or mentally not there. Physically didn't want to be there, but yet I still had to come in there, and nobody knew it.
Yeah.
It's also been times where I was happy, but I was down at the same time.
I feel you on that one. I'm not gonna lie, cause it's been times I came into work depressed for real.
Yeah.
Nobody knew, but it's mainly because my thinking is, why would I waste my time telling you? You probably got your own stuff to deal with, and why would you care about what I'm feeling?
Yeah. And you know, when it boils down to stuff like that, the main thing is understanding that if you lose any of that, like when it comes to your emotions, you will lose yourself.
Yeah. But I'm the type of person to think about you before me, which I need to stop doing that, because I need to think about number one first.
Focus, self.
Number one.
Self. And after the aftermath, after you've done all of your destruction, you went on your rampage, became a tyrant. After you've done all of that, did you honestly? You're gonna feel better. No, I cannot lie to you. You feel good after you done told little Susie Q off because she been getting on your nerves, and you had to let her know. But when you look at it, you have to understand that now you've allowed people to see a form, shape, and other side of you that they should not have seen. You have to know that you control your own narrative. You control your path. You control what people get to see of you. And it's almost like you're doing a painting every day. You are painting a picture of yourself, and you're trying to be the most abstract. You're trying to stay in between the lines. You're trying to ensure that your colorways maintain a balance. And while trying to be in accordance with that balance, you also are trying to find and follow the lines. So you just must know, at the end of the day, when it comes to whatever works for you, ensure that you don't lose your emotions. Don't allow anybody to get in close enough to you to be able to press a button. Don't allow anyone to be able to throw you off of your game just because they may know something about you that you have yet to find out. You know what I'm saying? And when that happens, let's say you're up for a promotion, right? And someone finds out before you are informed of that. So they feel like they're due for their promotion. They feel like they're due for this position. Whether it's on the job, sports, just in life in general, right?
Indeed.
So now they're going to come and try you. They come try you, test you, all of this, even after they've heard, man, this person is so good at that. They're so good at controlling themselves. They set a great example doing this. But when that happens, that now, like that time when they come to try you, you're not there. You're in a bad space already. And they come at the right time and just hit that button, and you just, boom, you explode. And you show out, right? Once you show out, now everybody's narrative about you changes completely, to a point to where now, you know, oh man, this person here, we thought they were a good person, but They showed us a different side. Now we have to reconsider. And now you just blown your chance, possibly.
It only takes one time.
Yeah. You had to build and take every step to get yourself to this level. And all it takes is that one time to break yourself down to here.
And that's not to say dismiss all your emotions.
Yeah.
Control and manage.
Yep. And because you can't dismiss them, because that's going to be the point to where you're even more likely to explode. But the primary point and factor is being able to handle them and control them. And once you do that, you'll understand that you're able to move more freely through life. You're able to deal with situations in a less stressful manner. You'll realize that you're not walking around with anxiety or feeling the eager feeling of ready to get to a point and see and encounter these things. Because it's been times where I've walked in, man, I can't wait for somebody to say something to me today. They gonna feel me, boy. Woo! All of that, right? But you have to be able to understand that you are the bigger person. And to some, that comment may come off as arrogant or cocky. But once you start and you understand and realize that you are the bigger person, not saying you have to be the bigger person and turn the other cheek, but I am just saying there's ways and things to handle issues. So resort back to those that you learn and understand that with you being the bigger person means there's going to be a bigger outcome if you react in a certain way. So continue to let your light shine and show others who you really are, without losing control of your emotions. Shows you everything that you need to know about yourself. That ties back into thinking, like placing yourself or hoisting yourself up to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
When people get that reaction from you, boom, it's broken. The picture, like, all right, when you think about Mona Lisa, right? For some reason, that's a beautiful picture. Great artwork. But hey, it's cool. Let's say every time Mona Lisa, after that drawing or painting was completed, every time Mona Lisa reacted in a negative manner to somebody's words or actions, somebody put a little stripe across it. In black, they put a little black stripe across it. And it's very thin to the point where you can't see. Over time, every time Mona Lisa continued to react to someone else's act, I know actions, but I'm saying act. She reacted to their act.
Mm-hmm.
And every time, black stripe goes across there. Black stripe, black stripe, black stripe. Eventually, Mona Lisa's painting is messed up. So you have to create yourself and understand that you are you. You are that person. You are him, you are her. You're the man, you're the woman. You're that person that people are hating on. People are praying for your downfall.
Indeed.
People want to see you react to their act. But you also must know that with you hoisting yourself up mentally and physically, doing the staying late to work after the time is done, after you're supposed to be gone, after the last employee leaves, doing the extra mile, like just going the extra mile, doing all of these additional things and tasks. All it takes is that one moment for you to lose all of that. And now you have to go back and do it double time, right?
Square one. That was a great analogy, by the way.
Overall, I feel that you need to control your peace. Control your peace. You can control your life. And I guarantee you will always succeed. Appreciate you for being on the show.
Appreciate you for having me.
And everybody go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at the JDT Podcast, as well as on YouTube at the JDT Podcast. As always, your love and support is much needed and being so thankful for all of those who always tune in and check us out. If you want shirts, hit me up on Instagram. I got some new ones coming out soon. I'm gonna do a new design on them. So I'll definitely be posting those on the Instagram page. And be sure on YouTube to like and
Comment and subscribe.
at the JDT Podcast.